What day is it? It's MOTUesday, and we have the most obscure news drop today, so stay tuned. And before we dive into the news, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you can be alerted to the latest news, reviews, and episodes when they drop. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits News. I'm Michael, and with me is my collector in crime, Larry. Now, it's MOTUesday again, and we sat last week's out because it was the reveal of the Mattel Creations Little People set, but today's drop was so obscure we had to jump on and talk about it.
Yeah, these are I don't even know what to expect for these things anymore. I mean, sometimes it's something cool like Too Bad. Sometimes it's kind of like the little people thing is it's neat, but I don't know how many people are like super fired up about it. And then today's was just odd.
Yeah, it was totally odd, and it was weird because the use of the language, that they were saying, stay tuned for more on this encounter. And I was actually checking throughout the day and just refreshing to say, like, oh, are they actually going to show us more? But they didn't. They dropped a final trailer for the Netflix animated He-Man cartoon.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you keep thinking, oh well, maybe there's going to be something else. This is probably not the actual announcement for the day, and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was definitely hoping for more, but at least we got to see what the 40th anniversary standard release is. And if you missed the video, we're just going to play it again because it was only 8 seconds. And so it was just kind of a weird, we have it on loop so we can just see it a few more times. So we see this 40th anniversary He-Man. We have looking really angry. He gets punched in the face by Skeletor and does nothing. And so they kind of jump back into the portal and off on their adventures we go until we figure out what the heck's going to happen next.
Yeah, and I do like that. I like the animation. I think it's cool. I think that it's cool that He-Man's not really phased by the punch,
Yeah.
and Skeletor looks kind of taken aback, kind of surprised that nothing happened. And yeah, just it's a really cool. It's a cool little clip. I like it. It's just it feels kind of random for sure.
Oh yeah, it was totally random, and I was trying to think about this all day of what this could be, but at least we got some cool images of the 40th anniversary He-Man. So if you flash forward to SDCC, we can kind of see the differences between the two figures now, and this is confirmation that this is the standard release of He-Man, and you can kind of clearly see the plastic weapons, and there's no faux fur flocking on his boots either.
Yeah, it's cool to get some actual shots of kind of the standard version and be able to see what should be expecting, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's cool because, like, once we download the video, we can kind of break it apart into its images, and it allowed us to take some screenshots and just get a better look at the standard release of He-Man and Skeletor in his armor bikini. And if you're asking yourself, is this a new version of Skeletor? No, they just removed the armor and his cloth cape, and this is the Revelation Skeletor. So it's just
Yeah,
funny.
it definitely looks odd without that, right?
But I got to thinking more, like, does this mean a 40th anniversary release of Skeletor? Like, will we see it? It says stay tuned for more for this encounter. What do you think?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it'd be at least it would make this one kind of make sense as far as like a news drop. Otherwise, to me, it's just regular like content that they're sharing. Somebody created this video. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here's a little shout out to the creator, and I think it's a cool thing to throw on Instagram or somewhere just as like just a little nod to whoever made it. But other than that, I don't know that it's really a newsworthy thing unless there's something like that behind it.
Yeah, totally. And you know me, I'm always a glass half full kind of guy. And I always think, like, oh my gosh, they're going to make all this stuff. But I think what's going to happen is at some point, that we're going to see the other part of this little 8-second clip. And Skeletor, he knew he wasn't going to do anything to He-Man with his wimpy punch, and he was baiting him to follow him back into that portal. And so I think what's going to happen is they're going to go back to that portal, and, maybe that portal is a transport back in time, and he's going to transform into his classic 40th anniversary standard release version and just kick the crap out of He-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a given that we're going to get him. And especially with the Comic Con 2-pack, being a thing. I think it's almost for sure that we're going to get him, and so I think this would be as good a time as any to kind of get him out there and kind of show a preview of what he's going to look like. So yeah, I hope that they don't string it out over a month or something stupid.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd like it to be next week for sure.
That would suck. Yeah, I think they used the Revelation Skeletor because I think it would have been too confusing if they used that 40th anniversary SDCC version of Skeletor, as it would look
Oh yeah.
like a promo for that set. So I think they had to do something different here.
Yeah, and I think if that's the case, then that makes this a pretty cool little teaser. I still don't know what I think about MOTUesdays. If they do it like that, just because I feel like it is just a He-Man and Skeletor release,
Right.
and like splitting up the announcement over 2 weeks. I don't know. It feels like a little bit much maybe for what it is, but it's still cool, and I think it's a fun way to release little news tidbits, and it's going to be tough to have something cool every single week. So this is kind of a fun way to do this one.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I think it was a little much for this week, and I think like if you're gonna do a Mo Tuesday drop and build it up for what it was and what it is, like reveal the actual figure. Like I don't string us out, or reveal it a few hours later, like I thought they would do. I was like, refresh, refresh, refresh. What are they gonna do?
yeah, because to me, if you're going to break this up into 2 weeks, then your guess needs to be right. But when they jump through the portal, there needs to be like a group of like 40th anniversary figures, like villains waiting for He-Man or
That would be
something.
awesome.
There needs to be something
Yeah,
big if you're going to do kind of a tease like this.
yeah,
If it just turns out to be Skeletor, it's still cool to see him, but I think it's a little lacking maybe.
yeah. That would be amazing. I haven't thought about that. So, all right, I'm gonna go with your theory. Tease for a whole
We'll go with
40th
like
one.
last three-fourths full, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this head sculpt, it's great, but I like it only from angles. Like I can't see this head sculpt face on. Like the hair just looks too 80s for me.
Yeah, and his face is weird. Like the bottom of it doesn't look human. It looks more like I don't even know. And then yeah, like from the side it looks good.
Yeah.
Like in the side shot we have there, I think it looks pretty good. So you almost have to position him on the shelf, where you're just getting like a
Oh
profile.
yeah. He's gonna be sideways all the time on my
He's in
shelf.
a mug shot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and we also got to look at, just more of the figure with the boots, and they're the standard plastic versus the furry velvet ones that came on the SDCC version, and you can also see the back armor of He-Man, and he's got a place to stow his power sword, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. The boots look cool. They've got a little bit of a two-tone paint going there to kind of bring out the straps and things like that. It's cool to see that there's going to be a spot for the sword or the axe, and yeah, it's looking good.
It is. And were you baffled as we were today? Do you think that this means a 40th anniversary Skeletor is imminent? Let us know what you thought of this Mo Tuesday drop and the images of the standard release of He-Man in the comments below. I'm Michael,
And I'm
and
Larry.
thanks for tuning into this Toy Habits News Brief.